They say blood never lies, but history does. And sometimes families do too. For centuries, Americans, white and black, built identities on stories passed down from their ancestors. Stories about where they came from, who they were, and what blood ran through their veins. But now, a plastic tube, a little saliva, and a computer algorithm have started rewriting everything. Suddenly, people who believed they were Irish, German, French, Native American, or purely European are getting results they never expected. Nigeria, 15%. Igbo, 22%. West African, 38%. Cameroon, 17%. And for many white Americans, the reaction is always the same. How? How is that even possible? But as we will discover, it's not only possible, it's a part of American history people were never taught. Tonight, we travel across centuries, from ancient Igbo kingdoms to the Middle Passage to the DNA labs of the 21st century to uncover the hidden truth about America's African bloodlines. This is a story America was never ready for. Before we dive into modern DNA tests, we must travel far back, long before the United States existed. Picture this, a bustling market in Igboland centuries ago. Red earth under bare feet, drums echoing across the forests of Akwa and Onitsha. Blacksmiths, traders, priests, the powerful Nri kingdom, known for its wisdom and peace. In these lands lived millions of people with a powerful concept. I am because my ancestors walk with me. To the Igbo, ancestry was not a mystery. It was a lineage sung in stories, rituals, and names. But then, everything changed. Between the 1600s and 1800s, something dark happened. Something that scattered Igbo blood across oceans. More than 1.5 million Igbo people were taken during the transatlantic slave trade. Scholars say at least 1 out of every 4 black Americans today has Igbo ancestry. But here is the part schools never teach. During this era, tens of thousands of enslaved Africans had children with European men, sometimes willingly, often violently. Those children had lighter-skinned children, who had even lighter children, until within 4 to 5 generations, they looked white, spoke white, lived white, believed they were white. But their blood still remembered. Their ancestry never left Africa. This is how the story begins for millions of white Americans today. In 2018, a woman from Tennessee, let's call her Charlotte, took a DNA test for fun. She expected English, Scottish, maybe some Irish. Instead, she got 41% Nigerian, Igbo. Her reaction was the same as thousands of others in her situation. This must be a mistake. But it wasn't. When she confronted her family, her grandmother broke down and confessed a secret she had carried for 70 years. Her great-grandfather, a man recorded in history as white, was actually the son of an enslaved Igbo woman who had been on a plantation in Georgia. Charlotte told the story online. Millions of views, thousands of comments, hundreds of people saying, "This happened to my family too. My grandma hid the same thing. My father took a DNA test and found African roots we never knew existed." White Americans discovering Nigerian ancestry wasn't an anomaly. It was a pattern, a truth bubbling to the surface after centuries of silence. Then came the celebrity cases. The internet exploded when DNA results for Dennis Graham, father of global superstar Drake, revealed 30% Nigerian. Drake posted it proudly. "Does this mean I'm officially a Naija man?" The reactions were wild, but behind the jokes was a deeper truth. Dennis's DNA shows the same migration pattern traced in millions of black families. Nigeria, to Cameroon, to Ivory Coast, to Ghana, to southern US. These aren't random numbers. They are the exact map of the Igbo and Yoruba diaspora across the American South.
Drake's father is just one of many whose ancestors survived the Middle Passage. But the story gets even deeper. In 2020, Lil Wayne shocked fans when he casually announced, "I'm 53% Nigerian." He wasn't joking. A DNA test showed it. His grandfather was Igbo. He even changed his Instagram name to include Tunchi, which he said came from his Igbo grandfather. And he made a promise. I'm going to Nigeria one day. I want to see my people. When he said that, Nigerians lit up the internet. But what most people don't know is this. Louisiana, Wayne's birthplace, was one of the largest landing zones for enslaved Igbo people in the 1700s and 1800s. His DNA wasn't a surprise, it was a revelation. This is Voices of the Forgotten, where Africa's buried truths rise again. Let's continue. Now we arrive at one of the most controversial cases, the Jacksons. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, was always surrounded by stories about his ancestry, from rumors of Native American roots to whispers of Black European origins. But the truth is confusing. Some family members visited Nigeria, especially Badagry, a town central to the slave trade. They claimed the family belonged to a sub-tribe called the Igboland. Michael's brother, Marlon Jackson, even traced their lineage there. However, a Y-DNA test on Michael allegedly revealed something shocking. His direct paternal line was French, not Native American. So how does Africa enter the picture? Because Y-DNA only tells the story of one male ancestor, not the full tree. Other branches of the Jackson family tree could easily be Nigerian, and their connection to Badagry might still be real, but undocumented, unproven, lost in time. Which is why the Jackson ancestry remains one of the most debated mysteries online. Now we return to the most controversial part, and here the story becomes uncomfortable. DNA companies like Ancestry, 23andMe, and MyHeritage have publicly reported a shocking pattern. Hundreds of thousands of white Americans score 2%, 5%, even 20% West African ancestry, mostly Igbo. History explains why. During slavery, some African women had children with European overseers. Some enslaved Africans were freed and married white partners. Some families hid their African origins to survive in America. Some changed their names, their race, their history. Within a few generations, the African ancestor disappeared from family memory. But DNA brought them back. A simple test has forced many Americans to confront truths that were erased from their family stories. Stories like a white man in Kentucky discovering his biological great-grandfather was born enslaved in Virginia, a conservative family in Alabama learning they descended from a Nigerian woman sold in Charleston in 1759, a church deacon in Missouri discovering his lineage traces directly to Igbo Landing, the site where enslaved Igbo famously resisted captivity. These stories aren't rare. They are hundreds of thousands of untold American histories, each one waiting to be uncovered. To understand why so many Americans trace back to Nigeria, especially Igboland, we must return to the beginning. The Igbo were known for their independence, their strong family structures, their resistance to oppression, their belief in reincarnation, their democratic village systems, and their unbreakable will. Historians say slave traders considered them stubborn. In truth, they were fearless. When enslaved Igbo were taken to the United States, they carried that spirit with them. From Georgia to Louisiana, from the Caribbean to Brazil, Igbo culture shaped entire regions, and now, through DNA, it is calling out to their descendants, black and white alike. It is said in African spirituality that the dead are never truly dead. They return when their children remember them. Maybe that's superstition, or maybe it's prophecy. Because right now, in the age of technology, millions of ancestors are being remembered through DNA. People who never knew Africa now find themselves drawn to it. People raised to believe they came from Europe now feel connected to Nigeria. People who lived their whole lives identifying one way now question everything. The ancestors are rising through science, and they are forcing America to face a truth it ignored. Africa is not just the past of Black Americans, it is the hidden past of America itself. Now here is the part that will spark debate. Many Americans, white, Black, Latino, assume their identity comes from their skin color. But DNA is revealing something darker, something powerful. The United States obsessed over race for 400 years. It created categories, forced identities, separated people. Whiteness became a shield, Blackness became a burden. But now, the one thing that cannot be segregated, cannot be rewritten, cannot be hidden, is blood. And this blood is speaking. Large numbers of American families, white families, descend from enslaved Nigerians. They grew up thinking they were one thing when they were something entirely else. The shocking twist? The United States spent centuries trying to erase African ancestry. Yet today, America is more Nigerian than it ever imagined. If you're watching this video right now, your ancestry might not be what you think. Your great-grandparents may have hidden secrets. Your family story may be incomplete. Your identity may be built on silence. But the DNA never lies. So I ask you, if you discovered tomorrow that you were Nigerian, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, or African in any way, would it change who you are, or would it finally reveal who you were meant to be? Let the world discuss in the comments, because this story is only just beginning. This is Voices of the Forgotten, where Africa's hidden truths rise again.